Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria 2, where we are having bankrupt factories. Fair enough. I mean, it's currently closed. How can we reopen this? Okay, we just have to pay them. That's fine. Do it. Hey look, they're making a profit. That was easy. Now, why are they making a profit now when they weren't before? I have to assume... Oh, they're now insolvent, apparently. I guess it's because of the current factory budget? That's fair enough, though. It's because we have to import so much ammunition. Once this ammunition factory finishes up, that should feed into this and make this factory much, much better. Hopefully. But I mean, if it only costs a little bit of money to reopen the factory, that's not a big deal. I'm perfectly fine by that. Oh, hello, we don't have a tech researching. I'm gonna go ahead and research medicine for right now. And then we're probably going to go down the line in commerce. See about making a little bit more money. Ooh, farming output. That would be nice. Boy, how long were we not researching something? We stored up a lot of points. Okay, now we're good. Got caught back up. Fantastic. War, I don't really care. As long as we don't get declared on, I am perfectly happy just working on this economy. Like, this is great. We're gonna need a bunch of timber. There's no doubt about that. And we're having a difficult time procuring said timber. But it's perfectly fine. Now, is this factory still insolvent? Yeah, as expected. They're not successfully selling small arms because we're not buying any, and I suspect other people probably aren't really right now either, but that's okay. I don't actually care about whether this factory is making money or not right now. And then when it runs out of current factory budget, I assume that's when it goes bankrupt. Right? That's my theory, anyway. We could subsidize the factory. And I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to subsidize the factory. Excellent. Yeah, I'm perfectly happy with subsidizing this. Because we're still going to get cheaper small arms this way than just buying them outright on the market. We're not actually paying that much for it. So, well, actually, I think it's just eating up its own factory budget right now. And then once it runs out of factory budget, I think it's going to start charging us £10 per day at that point. That said, our ammunition factory should be coming online pretty soon and should give us a pretty decent amount of reduction in cost here. Because look at that, most of the cost is ammunition. Of course, we're going to need sulfur. We aren't producing sulfur anywhere, so we're just going to have to import that. But I'm going to bring this down to no priority. Or actually low priority. And then we're going to put the ammunition factory on medium priority. As soon as that gets finished anyway. Oh, we can do a reform. And we totally should. Now we have this common school movement. There's also the maximum work hours movement. For right now, though, we're going to go for a basic school system. Done. Excellent. Okay, back to the factory view, because I am really liking this. Oh, look, it's actually making money. Oh, and now it's not. But it briefly is. But yeah, I'm perfectly fine with subsidizing this, because I would rather pay to produce these myself than pay other nations to produce weapons for me. Hey, medicine finished up. Okay. What do we want to do next? Market structure for mining and farming output? Let's do it. Excellent. We are still in need of a whole lot of timber. And it would appear that the entire world is, because we're not getting timber. UK and Transylvania, that's perfectly fine. And yeah, you can see we're not making very much right now. I'm assuming, because we are currently subsidizing factories, those are both subsidized. So we're going to have this be high priority and this also be high priority. Since these are the raw materials that go into the small arms, we're also going to need a cement and machine parts factory here. But with any luck, our number of employees here is going to start coming up a little bit. I mean, we're kind of overbuilt with our factories right now, don't get me wrong, but no priority to hire in this factory at all. Actually, no, low priority is, I think, fine. But these are the raw materials here. We have coal coming in. We don't really have iron coming in. We need a lot of iron, actually. Where can we see the... That's infrastructure map mode there. That's not helpful. What I want is a map mode that shows me resources. Crises, relations, civilization level, migrations, ranking, party loyalty, supply limit, sphere of influence, nationality, population density, RGO output. Like, I want to be able to look for iron. I'd like to be producing our own iron. Gotta get this thing vertically integrated, you know? Okay, so our number of employees in both of these are going up as our number of craftsmen increases. And let's see, what do we need here? Sulfur, iron, and cement. Iron, cement, machine parts. So cement and machine parts are needed for all of this. So I would love to build a cement factory, which would be quite cheap. It requires... what is that, coal? I'm a bit unclear on what that requires. We'll get that started. We do require a bunch of iron and timber. We can import quite a lot of iron, so that's good. We have a large timber shortage in the world, though, it seems. So that might take some time. Okay, and then I would also like to get a machine parts factory, which we now can make. That would cost almost 17,000. Okay, we can do a social reform. So let's take a quick look at our movements here. Old age security. They want trinket pensions. We can no longer do social reforms. Okay. We're going to have to wait until our house reforms at the beginning of the year. And maybe we'll be able to. So we're not paying in a whole lot right now, but you can see that this factory is actually making a little bit of money. A debtor's prison, oh my. As the 19th century dawned on Europe, the practice of jailing people who defaulted on their on their debts was still norm. In England, infamous examples of such institutions, debtors' prisons, include London's Fleet Prison. In these institutions, debtors were not seldom expected to pay for both board and room, and sometimes even special jailers' fees to effectively pay their jailers for their upkeep. Oftentimes, these practices only serve to further complicate the debtor's financial situation, as it, for natural reasons, is hard to earn money from inside a prison wall. The system was gradually abandoned in most European countries throughout the 19th century, and London's Fleet Prison was torn down in 1846. A wrongly jailed Ethiopian aristocrat is now drawing public attention to these institutions, calling for their abolishment. Yeah. We'll make the capitalists maybe a little upset. I'm fine with that. So we're definitely going for machine parts next. The cement factory, I really wish I could see what the input was from here, but the tooltip doesn't seem to open it up until the factory is actually built. So that's a thing. Argentina has gone bankrupt and claimed they owe us nothing. We must use our military might to safeguard our investors. Wait, we had... Argentina owed us money? What? Whatever, I don't care. As far as I'm aware, they didn't. Okay, there is a reformation there. Let's see if we can pass social reforms. We cannot. 49.29%. Rough. That is rough. Okay. Well, with that being the case, projected daily balance of this, but it isn't actually that. Because we're not actually importing all this timber. That's why. Okay, sounds good. Like, there's just... we can't get any timber. Which is kind of funny. Hey, a pop growth increase. I'll take that. Our number of employees going into the cement factory are kind of low. Especially considering we need cement for the ammunition factory as well. I'm going to go ahead and bump that up to a high priority. So I think all of the new employees are going to go into the cement factory. We are currently lacking iron because there isn't enough iron on the market to satisfy factory input needs. Which, fair enough. USA and Spain are at war. Good for them. And Ecuador and Peru. Hey, there's some money. Fantastic. Okay, let's go ahead and go for organized factories. I like the idea of that. I'm assuming we still can't do... yeah, we still can't do that. If we do this, old age security and work hours movement would radicalize. Their radicalism is very low currently, though. So maybe we should go for weighted universal franchisement. Let's do it. USA wants military access. Oh, sure. You're willing to ask me for military access, but you're not willing to grant me military access. What a bunch of jerks. Oh, boy. So that cement factory is not going to be built anytime soon, although we have been getting some trickles of timber in. Look at that. Ecuador has gone bankrupt. Okay. Again, I don't think we loaned any money to Ecuador that I know of. But yeah, our amount of timber that we need has... whoa! We just bought all the timber on the market. Okay. Fair enough. That was a lot of timber that suddenly came available. Yeah, Spain can walk through. So, with all that timber, that means that we can now get ourselves a machine parts factory constructing, correct? Because we need machine parts for small arms and for ammunition, right? I think we need it for ammunition. It doesn't actually say. We do need it here. And I think we're going to need it here as well. So a machine parts factory is what we're going to go for next. And then the question is, what else do we need to produce over here? Well, sulfur would be nice. Cannon, explosives, things like that. But anyway, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to continue trying to figure out how all that links together. I mean, I think I've got a pretty decent idea of this game at this point, but we're going to keep going because this is pretty neat. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you all next time.